Good evening, YouTubers and G pluses. This is your host with the most, Splatzloki, coming to you live with the Splatzloki Vlog. Today's latest installment is actually part 2 of a vlog I started on the 3rd, and today is the 5th. So you might be saying to yourself, well, what the frack, man? And I'd be saying to you, well, what the frack yourself, dude? I only got 4 views on my last vlog, so I'm like, if I'm a little late with this thing, who cares, right? Well, I mean, I care. I really do care. Because, even though you guys haven't been good about feedback and stuffs, I like telling you about my day. It helps. It's like a sounding board. I get to bounce things off of myself and off this mic and during the editing process and all that shit. So it helps me. It helps me organize my thoughts. It's like you reading my diary if I had a diary. I don't want to go into the stereotype of it being diaries being things for 16-year-old girls. Cause, I mean, in Victorian times, they'd be calling them journals, and I'd have to be, an upper-class aristocrat to have one. So, fuck all that. Anyway, this is my journal. This is my journal entry. This is my my Star Trek captain's log, if you will, and it's gonna help me navigate through space. So anyway, on today's episode, I'll work it backwards. I'm Quentin Tarantino now. Yesterday I went to like 3 towns over, and because this is like the second or third world I'm living in, 3 towns over is like, I don't know, like 500 kilometers or some shit like that. Pretty fucked up. But what I did discover, and this is gonna, I'm hoping it'll play out to my benefit later, is that there's a fucking train. I didn't even know about this train. I mean, I saw the train, but I thought it was a touristy fucking thing. What I didn't know is how far the tracks went, and the tracks go all the way there. So if I was to ever move, I could use the fucking train. Because, I mean, the buses are absolute fucking shit. And it can get pretty fucking expensive, and I'll break my back even trying to do that shit. And the movers, those are absolute fucking cunts. They want like fucking $200 just to move, one neighborhood over. Bunch of pricks. So the train might be the solution, man, because there's lots of fucking room in there. And it's a real smooth ride. So there's no chance of, them fucking slamming on the brakes and sending me through the fucking windshield because of the weight of my gear. And they charge almost the same price as the buses, so I'm good to go. It will still be a little backbreaking, but considering the alternative, it may be the way to go. Now, I did go to this town, and I scouted it out, and it's not, I don't think it's for me. There's a little leeway there to where it might be a solution, but I do not see myself moving there. Anyway, I might try to scout out a place in the near future, but I'm tapped. I have no more cash, so I can't even fucking pay for the train, even though it's so fucking cheap. So that's enough exploring for now, and so far there's no winner. What else? Okay, so the day before that, I'll go 2 days before that. 2 days before that, I'm sitting here in my room, and the cheap fucking prick Slum Lords, the fucking ceiling light fixture is dicked, so it doesn't even work. And they give me this little fucking clip-on desk lamp. One of those things that are omnidirectional. And so this thing is fucking clipped onto my desk. right behind my computer, and every once in a while it'll flicker, you know, because there's an electrical surge from the wiring in this fucking place, and once in a while it'll flicker, and I'd gotten used to it, but this time was different. See, this time it didn't just fucking flicker. It flickered. It flickered hard like 3 times, and then smoke started coming out of the back, and the light bulb died. So I'm like, oh, so much for that. And I figured the motherfucker was dead. All I was thinking was two things. One is, now I have no fucking light in my room at all. And two, these bitch ass fucking slum lords, I bet you they're gonna fucking try to charge me for this piece of shit that they gave me. And because they're shorted out goddamn wall socket ran a surge through the goddamn thing. So their shitty fucking wiring fries their shitty fucking lamp, and you know, they're probably gonna try to fucking pin me for it. But yeah, so now I have no light, and I'm sitting there and I'm fucking grousing over this shit, and I'm rehearsing the, you know, how I'm gonna keep from cussing or slapping these pricks. And the next thing you know, it flickers again, and more smoke starts coming out of it. You know, even more smoke than the first time. So I'm like, oh shit, I better fucking unplug this fucking thing before a fire starts for real. Because I mean, I saw the smoke the first time. I was like, okay, it's fried. It's done. There's nothing left to burn. But I was wrong. So this thing, you know, it almost catches fire, and now I gotta find a fucking lamp. And I have no money, and I'm not happy about it. But I can't be in the dark. So what I did was I went to the fucking like this country's version of Home Depot, and I've gotten wise to the game. You know, I'm a good deal hunter. You know, a good hunter of sales. And in this country, it's hard. It's damn near fucking impossible, because only like twice a year will they ever go like 50%. And I'm used to finding shit for like 75% off and shit like that. I mean, I'm really good at fucking finding deals. And so in this fucking hardware store, they you have to go to the defective section, the returns. And most people don't. They either don't know about it, or they don't buy the shit. And and for good reason, because the return policies here are completely fucked. So the stuff that they sell with defects and stuff, it's usually broken. I mean, it usually doesn't work at all. But every once in a while, and you know, you'll find this if you're, you know, if you're fanatically goddamn dedicated to the deal. Every once in a while, like once every blue moon, you'll find a display model that is in that bin. And that motherfucker has nothing wrong with it. I mean, it'll be dusty, and every once in a while it'll be like dented and shit, but you'll find stuff in there. And I went looking for a lamp, you know, and I find a lamp. It originally went for $40. And it was going for $6. So that's a pretty good score. And I snatched it up, and it said decorative, right? And it said display model. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's a display model, which is why it was decorative. No, it's decorative in that the fucking light bulb is not your regular fucking light bulb. It's got these little fucking egg light bulbs, like the type you use for Christmas and shit. The oval fucking bulbs. That's what it uses, the tiny one. Tiny little fucking bulb is decorative. It's not a lamp, it's a decorative lamp. And so I didn't figure that shit till I got home, and I tried to put the light bulb I bought for it, in the socket and it wouldn't fucking fit. So I'm pissed now. But I go and I get a little dicky light, one of those little fucking tiny shit bulbs, and I stick it in, and it lights up the room even better than the lamp that they'd given me. So it worked out great, and I got it for a fucking steal. Um, so now I only have one hurdle to clear. When I move out of this fucking joint, I gotta tell the landlords, or maybe I wouldn't even fucking tell them. I'll just leave the shit there with a fucking note, 'cause I swear to Christ, these guys don't deserve anything from me, not even an explanation. And as far as I'm concerned, the retail value still applies. It's a fucking $40 lamp I'm gonna gift them for that piece of shit that they fucking handed me. And by the way, when smoke came out the back, I looked at it, and the screw that's holding the casing to the fucking to the motor of this thing, it's not the original fucking screw. So apparently they took this motherfucker apart and they jerry-rigged the wiring to make it work again. So that bitch was on its fucking last leg anyway. So I'm giving them a free fucking $40 lamp to replace the piece of shit secondhand crap that almost caught my room on fire. Anyway, so the light bulb frying, the lamp frying, that happened 2 days ago, and then yesterday I went through the whole rigmarole of instituting the new lamp and getting it to work and shit, because ended up having to make 2-3 trips to buy the bulb and all that shit. So that's 3 days, and then that brings me to 4 days ago, and 4 days ago was April the 1st. Remember, the 1st of April. Operation White Rose began. Anonymous declared an attack on Donald Trump, the anus of the U.S. political scene, and if ever there were a more deserving motherfucker, I don't really know him. I mean, I think there are more dangerous fucking cunts out there, like David Duke or Jeb Bush, and I'm sure they'll get theirs in time. But right now, due to his sheer popularity and the behavior of his little acolyte fucking groupies, Trump is the most prominent, the most prevalent, and the biggest ass hair on that on that on that elephant's ass. So yeah, he needed spanking. He needed to be dealt with, and Anonymous is on the job now. Anonymous are super sleuths. They can find the dirt on a saint. You know, they will dig, and chew that bitch up, and they will get to the nugget. And that's with, you know, a person who's not obvious like Trump. And I can smell a tax cheat from a mile away, and Trump reeks. And because of the way Trump abuses the visa program to import aspiring models from overseas for his magazine. Trump, I suspect Trump of being the Heidi Fleiss of New York. You know, he's probably pimping these poor girls out to his A-list fucking 1%er friends as clients. And he is undoubtedly a neo-Nazi KKK cunt. I have no doubt of that. So if Anonymous can find dirt on a saint, this motherfucker, this cocksucking blowhard, he's going down hard. He's going down hard. From the movie The Devil's Advocate, you better get ready for one of those classic New York style pig fucks. You got enemies you haven't even heard from yet. So yeah, this guy, he's a prima donna who likes to scream at the top of his lungs, you know, all over the fucking airwaves when he's got everything going for him. When he's a rich prick who fucking bathes in caviar, and you know, he's got fucking a showgirl wife and all this shit, and he's got no fucking problems, and he cries and he whines and he pisses his fucking pants 24/7, and that's when everything's going right. When Anonymous fucking digs their hooks into this bitch, he is going to scream like a fucking banshee. I cannot wait, man. I'm exiled in the third world right now, and I'm gonna be able to hear him squeal from here. And I can't fucking wait for that shit. He's gonna fucking turn so fucking beet red when his shit comes out to the fucking air, comes out into the fucking light. He's gonna turn so fucking beet red that you can fucking guide planes in for landing off his face, you know. But it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. He's gonna go full Chernobyl on that shit, and couldn't happen in a nicer guy, you know. So I'm very happy and I'm very pleased to hear about Operation White Rose. I can't wait for the results, and for any of you supposed anonymous out there who like Hitler and shit, and I've seen you little fucking trolls running around there trying to fucking hijack the movement. Any of you little fucking turds out there, you're about to find out what Anonymous is really about. We're not for your bigotry and hatred and fucking anti-immigrants based on race shit. We're not about that crap. We are Anonymous. You are wannabe fucking trolls. Nothing more. So Anonymous is about to fucking show the world what it's about, and we're the genuine article. So yeah, we protect the weak. We punish the strong, and we hold everybody to account, and that includes Trump and all his fucking dirty ass money. So yeah, that's been the last 5 days. My last journal entry was about buyer's remorse, and I'm still, you know, I'm still upset about that, but I'm kind of sort of maybe a little bit getting in the hang of this mic, and it's not very good. It's not worth what I paid for it, but you know, I think it'll serve its purposes, and we'll see how it all turns out. What else? Okay, I told you about that, and that. Okay, and I'm gonna close out, but before I end this, the right wing fucking trolls who seem to be all over the motherfucking internet, they like to, you know, I love the fact that they're so fucking repetitive, so you can really zero in on what their agenda is. Um, but like one of the things that they kept pushing and kind of sort of caught on was check your fucking privilege. You know, the other one was call a ambulance. You know, 'cause wah, like fucking crying. Call a ambulance. And some of these are little fucking right wing fucking brats. I mean, they're kids. They're kids, 'cause these cunts, they fucking indoctrinate their kids. They program them like little fucking Stepford kids, you know? And these little fucking kids, they start fucking practicing on the internet, like on the Serengeti, you know, like the the lions and the cheetahs and the leopards, they'll hobble a poor little animal and bring it close to death so that the cubs can practice on it, you know, because the cubs don't really know how to kill it in one blow or to go for the jugular, so they'll maim these little creatures and then hand them over to the cubs so the cubs can practice. And that's what the fucking neo-Nazis and the KKK do. They hand their kids fucking computers so that they can go trolling on the goddamn internet. And so regrettably, that means you gotta take these little fucking trolls seriously, 'cause you may be the only fucking voice of reason they ever fucking hear. And I'm not saying fucking, you know, offer yourself for a target or you know, you got jobs too and you want to enjoy yourself too, so don't dedicate like a year to these cunts, because they're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna change their religion overnight, but you can throw some shit at them, some fucking logic at them, and eventually, hopefully, some of that crap will sink in. But anyway, so if they come off as really immature when they're trolling, it's usually because either they're fucking ignorant as fuck, I'm talking about real goddamn backwoods shit, or they're fucking drunk on moonshine, you know, got that fucking chronic alcoholism going, or they're fucking kids, they're brats, you know, they're the brats produced by neo-Nazis and KKK. But yeah, that's probably where shit like Wambulance comes from. But check your fucking privilege or first world problems. I'm tired of hearing that shit. And if you're not Nazi and you're not KKK, you need to stop fucking you need to stop fucking pushing that narrative, because I tell you straight up and down, two things. One, along with fucking USA #1 and we're the best and you know, fucking champions of freedom and all that shit, you also get leaders of the free world. And for better, for worse, that's actually a little bit accurate. And because it's accurate, because the US is a leader, it's an economic leader, it's a military leader, it's a fucking powerhouse, that means that if it's a problem in the first world, when it trickles down to the third world, because that fucking Reaganomics shit, that fucking economic model, that was Milton Friedman and the Chicago boys, and they exported it to the whole fucking world. Alright? So that fucking trickle-down economics, that doesn't just mean the 1% and the rest of us. That means the 1% through us and down the pike, down to the fucking third world. So by the time it gets down there, you got nothing left. Right? Because it was supposed to trickle down. And nothing came down the fucking pike, and we know this shit now. But what you didn't know is that we're not the bottom of the fucking pyramid. They are. It's all one big fucking pyramid scheme. So, yeah. Because of this dynamic, because nothing is trickling down, our first world problem is their third world problem. Their third world problem is produced by our first world problem. So if we were to ever fucking solve our first world problems, or solve them, you know what I'm talking about, third world problems will get fixed too. So It's not about checking our fucking privilege. It's about insisting on our rights. It's about on insisting on what we're due. And if we ever fucking claim that shit, if we ever get payment due, we ever fucking collect, then third world problems are gonna be a lot less severe than they are today. Because we'd have enough money to do something about it, or we'd be keeping the fucking one percenters in check better, so that more would trickle down. But yeah, the 1%, because they diversify their fucking portfolio, their majority shareholders in the 1% fucking companies in these third world countries. So our 1% is their 1%. It's the same fucking 1%. So by not fucking checking our privilege, by solving our first world problems, we help the third world. So don't give me that shit. Don't fucking try to separate us. The 1% there is the same 1% here, and we're in the best position to kick their ass. And that's what we owe. That's what we owe the fucking planet. And that's what we need to be doing. So anyone who talks about check your fucking privilege and what's the other bullshit they say? Check your privilege and that those are just first world problems, you know, they need to fucking stop. They just need to fucking stop, because you're handing the KKK and the neo-Nazis a fucking win. They're trying to push that fucking narrative, and they've got an agenda. They've got an agenda. They don't they're either fucking hired fucking trolls, or they're towing the line for the church, or they're towing the line for the KKK, or they're towing the line for the fucking neo-Nazis. And all those motherfuckers usually have the same fucking financiers in the 1%. So they're 1% trolls, and they have an agenda, and you're fucking handing them a W. You're giving them a victory by talking like them, by fucking pushing their talking points, and by pushing their agenda. So just don't fucking do it. But yeah, that's my vlog for today. Check back every once in a while. I'm gonna be making these pretty frequently. And I'm gonna roll out some new stuff. The latest thing I rolled out was a service for Christians. Soon I'm going to get into Zen. So there's gonna be Zen Buddhist maxims and sayings and techniques for minimalization and problem solving that I'm gonna be sharing, and I'm gonna make all that available on my channel. So hit subscribe, hit like if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you want to be, you know, aware of when I put up more stuff. And reshare this stuff so that other people can, you know, be exposed to it. But yeah, thank you for your support, and we will see you next time. Be cool. Splatzloki out.